You must stay over Ralph. Ralph has openly said that he's a ZanuPF Youth League member. So I'm suspecting, Ralph, I'm not saying it's true, I'm suspecting. This is the Youth League wing that is sent to come on social media to listen to people that speak bad and to debunk them. That's what I'm thinking, that's what he does. He can tell me I'm wrong. But yeah.
But Hetman, he said he is paid to do this.
I'm paid by being a civil engineer for ZanuPF.
No problem.
I design ZanuPF buildings.
Can I speak? He said he is paid to do this. So this man is a paid agent to defend ZanuPF.
No,
so we are sitting with a paid agent.
Even here, some of the people here, Lily is a paid agent of Mtwakazi. Farmer's daughter is a paid agent of Operation Tutula. Umamchale the same.
No, you're crazy.
The problem that I am the one who's standing up for my party.
All right. Can I speak? So because you are paid, you think everyone is paid. But it's okay.
What are they still doing here if they are not paid? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. You cannot spend time on something that you are not getting profit from.
Oh, all right. I see the kind of mentality. This is the kind of mentality. Okay. Oh, all right. No problem. We heard you. You wouldn't sit here unless you were paid. No problem. We understand. Because
Rasta,
you are saying
I didn't say Rasta. I'm not allowing that. You like Rasta.
What?
Don't say that. I didn't say that. Now you're putting
Ralph, you think we are kids. We are not.
Okay,
Let
Rasta.
me give it to Mam Charlie.
But it's my time. You said you're going to give me my time.
All right. Incriminate yourself, boy. Continue. You have 5 minutes. No problem. Incriminate yourself, boy. Continue.
Exactly. So now what I'm saying is, these people, Farmer's daughter, Umamchal, they are paid agents of Operation Tutul. Uletu even confirmed that if she has to help the Ndebelers with armory and weapons, they are going to do that. And do you expect someone who is a Zimbabwean? This is an international threat. Do you know that? I will take it into consideration because I just don't believe a threat as a petty issue. We are talking about international security. You understand? And now when we reply, I'm now being called that I'm a paid agent. No, I don't support that. I will stand up for my country, even when you like it or not. And trust me, I'm not the only one who is here representing ZanuPF. There are so many, if you come to Zimbabwe, there are so many millions of ZanuPF supporters. They won't even tolerate this. But just because they are not eloquent as some of the people, that's why they leave others to talk on platforms like this. And now you just want me to admit, like, I'm not a paid agent. I'm a paid civil engineer. That works for ZanuPF. I'm a ZanuPF Youth League member. What does it have to do with me being a what? Let's face facts here. It's all about facts. You guys are facing a problem in South Africa by Zimbabweans. Yes, Uletu comes here and then says, we are going to equip the Ndebelers. So then the problem with you, South Africa and Zimbabweans is all about you equipping the Ndebelers so that they can come to South Africa. Are we actually seeing the issue? What the issue is all about? Because Luetu has different political views when it comes to Zimbabweans being in South Africa committing crimes. And Farmer's daughter has different views being Zimbabwean. Like, honestly, what am I answering? How can I stand someone saying that you're going to equip the Ndebelers? The Ndebelers have a Zulu ethnicity. Everyone knows. I told you. I even said it before. Like some of the people that are causing crime in South Africa are not the Shona. They are the Ndebelers. Letu even confirmed. And now you are saying that I should sit here and confirm? You confirm that you got. Let me reply you. You said it yourself that you are going to equip the Ndebele so that they can actually engage. Because how can you equip someone with weaponry when you are not there to engage into military warfare or in military warfare? Obviously, if you engage someone,
I've never said anything about the weapon.
Let him speak. We know what you said. You didn't say that. This guy is a child. Let's allow the child to speak. This
No,
guy
I'm
is
not
a
a child.
child.
I'm
You
not
are
a
a
child.
child. Man.
I am not a
Look,
child.
look.
No,
You know what? You know what,
I am not a
Ralph?
child.
Ralph. Even if I were to give you the ladies that are on this panel, there's no one who would take you because you are a child.
No,
Even if I were, look,
I would rather be called a child because I will stand for my Zimbabwean people and my Zimbabwean rights. I will not allow a foreigner to agree. Yes, if you see me agreeing with someone like Luetu, they know that I have actually sold out my people. I would rather be called a child as long as I am defending my country.
I understand, but I want to say this. You see these respectful women that are on this panel, all of them, even if, bro, you were to have millions, they would never date you because you speak like a Nigerian.
Exactly.
You need to go and look in your DNA. I think there is a Nigerian blood that is flying on your body.
Exactly.
Something must be wrong. So
Exactly. Exactly.
look,
Now,
you see, look, Ralph,
Rasta.
Ralph, I need to bring J Flags so that you can see your prototype. I need to
Exactly. Bring
bring
him
J
up. I'm
Flags.
waiting for him. Bring him up. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you. Bring
No,
him
no,
up. I'm waiting.
I will bring
Even
J Flags
Babaso
so
is
that you
out
can.
here hiding. Bring him up as well.
All right, sharp. Let me give it to Mam Charlie. Mam Charlie, are you not disappointed listening to this kid speak like this? How
No,
are you?
no. Hi, Rasta. Not at all. I'm gonna disappoint you here, right? I'm gonna disappoint you because I've been in this live with Ural for the past, I don't know, is it couple of days now? I don't know how long it has been. The one thing that made me think differently, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, before I get there, let me try and explain something to Zimbabwean. I'm a Zulu person from KwaZulu Natal, born in KwaZulu Natal, raised in KwaZulu Natal, speak isiZulu. Zulu and Ndebeles are two different things. Zulu, Ndebele, two different. It's not the same thing. Zimbabweans are saying they're Ndebeles, but they're saying they're Zulus. It can't be. You can't be Ndebele and a Zulu. Those are two different things. That's number one. The Mzilikazi that they're talking about, Mzilikazi was not from the Shaka family. When his father was unalived, he went to Shaka for protection. He trained under Shaka and became a warrior under Shaka. And he had a problem of stealing. Hence, there was a problem. And Shaka unalived his sister. Hence, he ran at night with the cows to start his own thing, which was okay. But along the way, he stopped by in Transvaal, which is now Johannesburg, stayed there for 10 years, and then carried on collecting people along the way to form this Ndebele nation. I don't know why now they are only claiming Zulu, and yet they're not Zulus. If these people in Zimbabwe are called Zulus, I'll understand. You are not even calling yourselves Zulus. If you come to KZN, where I stay, where Zulu people only are staying, I'm not saying they're not closest, they will come here for work, or they're visiting, or they decided to relocate and stay here. At KwaZulu-Natal is for Zulu people. It's not a mixed language province. You don't have, like you're saying, you've got Ndebeles and Anandebeles. There are other different, I don't know, tribes. No. Zulu is Zulu klar. It's just one thing, and there's nothing under it. There is nothing over it. So if these people from Zimbabwe are claiming to be Zulus, they should be called Zulus. They're not like it's same as Zulus. There's nothing as same as Zulus. I would say the same with Xhosa. Xhosa is similar. If a Xhosa person talking, I can hear that person, but it doesn't make that person a Zulu person. He is still Xhosa. With me understanding a Xhosa person, we can have a full conversation. He's answering me in Xhosa. and I'm answering in Zulu, we can have a conversation. I will understand that person fully, but it doesn't make that person a Zulu person. He is still a Xhosa. So the fact that a Ndebele person from Zimbabwe can understand me as a Zulu person, it doesn't make that person a Zulu person. He's still a Ndebele, whatever that he called himself. But if he's a Ndebele, there is a Ndebele nation. Why are those people not claiming Ndebele nation? Uto, because we're calling ourselves Ndebele, we now Ndebele in South Africa. No. We Ndebele, but we Zulu. What? How confused are you? There is nothing such. Going back to Ralph, if you listen to Ralph, I don't know whether it was yesterday, because I mean these days I'm actually sitting in this live from morning till late because I'm available. I'm free. Or Ralph at some point said, Zimbabwean people, come back home. I agree with that 100%. Let's come back home and build Zimbabwe. Guys, we cannot claim to know Zimbabwe in South Africa. We cannot know it more than a Zimbabwean person. Same thing, a Zimbabwean person can never claim to know South Africa more than me. The reason I'm seeing it this way, when Ramaphosa went to the States, the whole world was convinced that what was being shown there was the truth. And we knew that it's not happening. So you can never tell a person in that country or claim that you know more about the country more than the person of the country. I will defend South Africa because I know more about South Africa. But I can never claim to know more about Zimbabwe. But then again, Ralph said, if you want to keep these people in South Africa, it's fine, go ahead. Keep them. And few years later, you will ask me, those people will be demanding land in your... I said, hell no. If it's going to be like that, they must go back to Zimbabwe. We don't know how this thing started. I don't know the history of Zimbabwe. I don't know who arrived there first. Let's just say Shonas were there first, seeing that they are majority. These group of people, they come into our country. We accommodate them. Next thing, they demanding this, and that they're not a majority. When, as a South African, how would you handle that? How would you handle that? They must go to Zimbabwe. They belong to Zimbabwe. They are not Zulus. If they call themselves Ndebeles, we've got Ndebeles in South Africa. It's up to those Ndebeles to say, okay, you're part of us or not. But as a Zulu person, they are not Zulus. Mzilikazi went and collected a whole lot of people along the way to Zim. Those people are not Zulus. They're not even calling themselves Zulus. No. They must just stay there. No. Just one more minute, Rasta. I want to touch on this again. They want to slice Zimbabwe. Which country will be happy about being sliced? Right now, we were saying Cape Town, they want to take off Cape Town, and everyone in South Africa wasn't happy. Why do you think Zimbabweans will be happy if some people want to cut the country? Guys, let's just not be hypocrite. If we're not happy about people cutting Cape Town, they can't be happy about some people cutting out a part of Zimbabwe. And then if they cut part of Zimbabwe, think South Africa, think. Do they have their own money system there? Do they have their own governance system? Do they have their own parliament? Do they have their own currency? What do they have to be independent? One lady came here and said there was a voting done, I don't know where. And then I don't know who eventually Zim won them, but they were supposed to fall under South Africa. So the whole agenda here is to slice it out of Zimbabwe and stick it on South Africa. Hell no. Hell no. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm with Ralph with this one. Thank you.
Oh, all right. No problem.
Exactly. Zimbabweans should come back home. The people that are causing crime, they arrest them. Those that are illegal in South Africa, arrest them. If you feel like we have disappointed you, come and fight us here. And if you don't win, because the spirit of Zimbabwe in my DNA, I believe in it, and I believe that we will win because we carry the right motives.
All right, sharp. Let me give it to Thomas' daughter. Thomas' daughter, you can come in.
Thank you, Rasta. We've been engaging on this thing and for the past 3 days. I think before Hetman took over for the last 2 days. I was with Ralph, and Ralph did warn us about Mtwagazis. To be honest, to be fair, he did say there will be a group called Mtwagazis. And I was one of the people that was defending Ndebeles. What I feel like Vele the ZanuPF owes to Matebele people is the repatriations for Gugura Wundi. But since yesterday, I realized that Mtwagazi people are a minority, and they tend to forget that they are a minority in Zimbabwe. But they want to share in that land 50-50 with the majority, and disregarding other tribes as well. That is where I started having a problem with Ndebeles. And also I can see that their agenda, like I said, like Mamchali said, is to kind of push out of Zimbabwe and kind of claim a part of the land in South Africa. They are being disrespectful in Zimbabwe, uncooperative in Zimbabwe, because they have it in their head that they have South Africa as a buffer, because of they believe the lie that Shona people have been pushing on them to believe that they are descendants of South Africans. They come from South Africa. They don't come from South Africa. I said this 3 days ago to say that Mzilikazi left here and found people there. He was an immigrant. He then became whatever that they want him to be. They are not Ndebele people from Zimbabwe. My advice to them is to tread carefully. If they want the two-state, what, that is on them. But Oksalayo, it's unrealistic. And it's not practically possible to achieve that. Number one, they don't have the numbers on their side. Who's going to back them up? Because surely South Africa is not going to do that, because we don't recognize you. So tread carefully with that idea, because of if it backfires, you'll remain stateless. What you're not going to do is that you are not going to be pushed by Shonas back to South Africa. We don't recognize you. You are not one of our own. You do not come from us. I don't care, guys. Muzilakazi, when there's an immigrant, you accepted an immigrant to be a king. It is your problem. It is your own decision that you made a Kwarekwere coming from South Africa to be a king there. You are not descendants of Muzilikazi. Muzilikazi founded a whole nation there and migrated with you guys, and you guys decided to make him your king. Mutwagazi, you do not cooperate. I heard Mutwagazi people on the panel, and unfortunately I'm with Ralph here to say that, listen, let's work together. But Mutwagazi people were refusing and saying that they will not. In fact, they've even approached you Europeans to come and help them to be a state. I mean, when I'm hearing that as a South Africans, I'm hearing, imagine if colored people were to demand that in South Africa as a minority. They must remember that they're a minority group. Obviously, most of the jobs will be occupied by the majority group there. It's common sense, guys. It's not that they are not well represented. And when they were challenged on the fact that Ndebeles are in parliament, they start making excuses. No, they are paid agent. No, you're not addressing the issue. You are represented in parliament today in the present government. They are Ndebeles who are in government. What are they doing to actually push your agenda that you want? So they are claiming, again, if you look at those talking points as South Africans, are they not claiming the same thing that Khaled claims to say that they are not represented? You are a minority in Zimbabwe, but you want to rule over the majority of tribes in Zimbabwe. Does that make sense to you guys, Matebelis? Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Yes. Do they need to pay? Do they need to compensate you for what happened in Gugura? Absolutely yes. And that is why the first day I was on Ralph's neck to say that, what are you doing to address Gugura? Because Gugura, a commission is not enough. But the plan to have a state, what percentage do you think you deserve of Zimbabwe as Mtwagazis? At what percentage do you think they must give you? Which part of Zimbabwe are you going to fight for? And what about the people that have already intermarried? So they must choose between families. I'm going with the Shonas. You are the ones that is holding back Zimbabwe. Irregardless of what you guys are doing, you must have a governance. Lily came here and said that they don't believe in voting. They don't believe in voting because of Ralph asked an important question to say, okay, if you want the two-state, are we going to vote on it? And they said, no, they're not willing to vote on whether or not it should be separated. What is that? If you do not believe, so how are you going to reclaim Zimbabwe? As I learned, Rasta, I will not get involved. If they feel they want half and that's the solution, that is that. My thing is that they must have a backup plan. As a minority, they must remember they are a minority group in Zimbabwe. If that doesn't work out and the majority groups then retaliate, where are they going to go? Definitely not South Africa, because we do not recognize you. I think the arrogance stems from the fact that you have a buffer in South Africa, which is something we will not allow. We will not allow you. Maybe you are doing this because you think that you have a backup plan. You'll fall on South Africa if everything doesn't work out. If your plan doesn't work out there, you will remain stateless. Thank you, Rasta.
It's bad.
Submission.
It's fine, Ralph. It's fine.
Okay,
Hetman,
I said this.
Hetman,
Okay.
what do you
I
think?
said
Ralph, please keep quiet. Ralph, please keep quiet. Keep quiet. Hetman, what do you think?
Headman has network issues. He typed in the comment section.
Ralph, please keep quiet, man. I know they are begging you up, but please keep quiet, man. Hey. Ralph, we are not your sons. We've been here. I've been here longer than you. So right now we are just here. Now we just want to. No, not important.
Generalized.
Who's speaking? Blue Jeans, they just brought you up. Blue Jeans, what do you have to say?
Okay, all right. Is Mzilika's going to be a problem of South Africans? Are they correct to deny him? Is Mzilika's going to open borders? Mzilika's won't be able to open borders because it is dead. The history is over. Now, I think the people who claim to be the Mzilika's descendants, they must, come to their reality of today that they are Zimbabweans. And Mzilikazi, I think Mzilikazi, the reason why we can say the Mzilikazi is going to be a problem to South Africa, as South Africans, is because, these Mtokazi, they are your cousins. So they feel home when they see you. They want to embrace you. They want to sleep on your chest, guys. They miss you. These guys, they love you so much. That's why I even when you started this live, I said, guys, now I might have money to just buy Mpumalanga clothes and the other city closer to Zimbabwe, that one, what's the name? Messina. Guys, we want to buy that area so that we can now actually be able to expand the empire of Mtwakazi, because these guys they were owning all these places, the river Limpopo, and their crocodile is in there. So I am coming at a point where politics, and politics, politics of Africa, the politics of Africa, the system might be the same, but the thing is, the understanding of politics now goes with patriotism. And when we say things that are okay, and we are actually in understanding that our situation in Zimbabwe is okay, and someone will come and say, no, you are a state agent, you are paid to say this, or you are a ZanuPF member because you are against the narrative of the ones that are staying in an unwanted place, then we are bad people. We are Zimbabweans. We are real Zimbabweans. And that's the reason why we have these bows to say, no, we love Zimbabwe. We are proudly Zimbabweans and we stand for Zimbabwe. To say Zimbabwe is not a shit or Zimbabwe is a beautiful country. There's opportunities there. Why is these people are talking bad about Zimbabwe? And they say they are being unalived, but in all the holidays, they are coming to Zimbabwe to feed their families after they've worked in South Africa. Why are they doing that? If they are afraid of being unalive, they must not come back, on holidays. They have to stay there forever because here they will be dead. So why are we talking about certain things that are unreal here and try to make them reality? The reality is Mutwakas. This Mzilikazi, after Mzilikazi, there was Lobengula. Lobengula, why are you talking about Mzilikazi and you are not talking about Lobengula? Talk about Lobengula, what he did for you. And we can actually appreciate your Lobengula after Lobengula, who was the next king after Lobengula. And that descendant, it helps you for your history, but it does not feed your stomach. Your stomach can be fed by you knowing the descendant of Mzilikazi. So I am a Zimbabwean who will never submit to any nationality, because I stand for my country and I am proudly Zimbabwean. And I enjoy being in Zimbabwe. There are so many things that we enjoy here in Zimbabwe. That's the reason why we are able to eat bread and butter, because we are Zimbabweans. We have what it takes to be where we are. And the thing is, just the blink of an eye, you'll be surprised that Zimbabwe will be in a better state. Now it's on good state, but it's gonna be in a better state. And all these people who are platforming here, trying to create their Dudula movement in Zimbabwe called Mtwakazi, are trying to be to imagine themselves taking over certain things that they can't even imagine. If you cannot grow a garden of vegetables in your garden, how can you take over Zimbabwe? If you are failing even to catch an antelope, how can you be able to take the Zimbabwe and run it as a kingdom? This dream of Jumandas, the people who, if you have watched the movie called Jumanda, these guys, they're watching too much movies or Nigerian movies. Nigerian movies, they actually, psychologically affect you. If you are watching too much of Nigerian movies, you think that these things are real. But they are not real. They are just movies they create by themselves. So please, guys, let's not dream. Let's build Zimbabwe, not to destroy Zimbabwe. And for us who love Zimbabwe a lot, don't disturb us and try to put a bad narrative that Zimbabwe is suffering. So Zimbabwe is not suffering. Why are we still in Zimbabwe if Zimbabwe is suffering?
All right, Zed, please come in. Okay, let me give Ralph 5 minutes, then I drop him. You will come back so that I can hear Zed and bring Hetman and others as well. I will give Ralph and give Louis 2. I will give Ralph, give Zed, give Louis 2. I want to bring more people. Sharp. Ralph.
It's okay. It's okay. Me, I don't have a problem with South Africans. I don't have a problem. Me personally, I don't have a problem with them. But I've always, like, when I came to this platform, I said it. I said, there is a problem. There is a political party called Mtwakazi, and people took me for granted. And people started attacking me in the comment section. Unless when that Lily came, that's when people started to realize that, oh, what this guy is saying is actually true. You understand? And now I just feel like so many Ndebele people, now that those that were actually affected by Gugrawundi. Me, I'm not saying that how many Shonas, because if people are engaged into military warfare, I believe there are some deaths that are always going to happen on the opposite side. But am I talking about the Shonas that were killed too? I'm not, because I believe they were fighting for Zimbabwe and for the good reasons. That's why they are buried at the hero's egg, because I see them as a hero. I don't see them as victims. No. They were victimized, but they are victims for their own country. So I wouldn't describe them as victims. To me, they are heroes. But I'm not saying anything. There are shorter numbers. You can check the Catholic Commission of Justice that was conducted by the UN. And people in the Ndebeles, they manipulated the figure until UN had to intervene. Go and Google about it. You will see the document. It's there for everyone to see. Yet, whenever I bring, I'm the one who instigated even this topic that you are having. I'm the one who started it. And now people are saying that, oh yeah, now it's a reality. Do you expect Zimbabweans to hold back and close their hands while we are being threatened? It's these people that actually make Zimbabwe face sanctions because they are there to spread a false narrative. We will engage with those that want to engage, and those that we have wronged, we are going to re-engage. If you don't want to engage with us, then you can go away and engage with the people that will entertain you, because I believe ZanuPF is the majority. We believe in the rule of law. Whenever elections are held, we always win. And don't come to me and then say, elections are rigged, elections are rigged. Were you there? How many international observers are there whenever they come here? Just because you saw an article about SADC, just because these people are paid agencies. Why is it that we took our land and now the whites want our land back again? Why is it that? Why can't they? Because they know that they have depleted the resources that they have in their own countries, and now they want to exploit Africa. That's why they always want Zimbabwe. Because how can you sanction a country that took its own land? How can you? And then now you sanction. And when I voice out this problem, now it's a problem. And I do agree with South Africans. I told you, what are Zimbabweans doing in South Africa anyway? Because Zimbabwe is for Zimbabweans. But for people like Mtwakazi, there is no place for that. I told you, I cannot call my friend a friend when I know that actually he is wearing a snake leather coat, like people like Mtwakazi. You expect me to have a dialogue with people like that? I'm telling you, if you give those people a chance, they can poison the whole country, those ones. They are a terrorist organization. Where is Mkondi Moyo right now? He is there harboring in South Africa. Where is he getting the funding from? From the Europeans. To cause what? Division, tribalism, nepotism, busy lying and writing false documents to the UN and what. And for the record, you didn't know the Zimbabwean budget by the IMF, Trump gave it a thumbs up, like, yeah, it's a very good one. Consider sanctions. People like Malema, whenever, I don't know, like, whenever a white man does something, people keep quiet. Why? Just because they are feeding you. Just because they are giving money into your pocket. I ask this question. How is Mosope so rich? Did he invent anything? Okay, Mark Zuckerberg, we all know that he is rich because he invented Facebook and Instagram. Do you think that a normal African can... guys, come on, open your eyes. Zimbabweans that are there, come back home. You are now spreading lies. If you are there in South Africa, go there to invest and come back home. Because these people actually feel like you're competing for resources. If you can't beat them, join them. Because honestly, like, no one is going to vote for you because you can't beat us. That's why you see people like a political group called Mtwakas now want to revolt. They no longer believe in elections because they know that the people will still vote for us into power. They know that. And which political party represent the people? The Triple C is funded by the USA. Everyone knows that. Mtwakas is there to cause division. ZanuPF is the only political party that actually knows how is it to counter the white men and their ideologies. So Mugabe, when Mugabe came to power, the age literacy rate in Zimbabwe, right, it was 30%, but he improved it to 80%. You guys are now speaking better English only because of him. And now you expect people like to just hold their hands. Just be grateful. Be proud of your skin color and your country. Stop causing crime in South Africa. And Ndebeles don't hide under the Mtwakazi. We know that the Mtwakazi people, I know so many Ndebeles that have... I know so many Ndebele people that have this Kuguraundi issue are now hiding under Mtwakazi. Come back and re-engage. I know that. Some people don't want Mtwakazi, but they are there just to reprimand Kuguraundi.
Ralph,
anyway,
please summarize.
No, I'm saying it. These people, how is it Mugabe? No, how is it like that? Mnangagwa, okay, Mugabe wronged in his own era. He wronged it. But how many things are being done to reprimand? Isn't there a national healing? Wasn't it taken into an act? What are you doing in a foreign country spreading false narratives? And remember, me, I'm not against, like, whenever you are in South Africa and you talk nonsense about Zimbabwe, and now you want to come back, we won't allow you back because you don't know how to support your country. We won't entertain you. I'm actually happy that the border officials check their passports because of people like this. Check, I'm really grateful. They should check their passports, man.
Ralph, I'll drop you. I'll bring others. You will request again. Okay. You can come in. Okay, it is there.
Pastor,
Sorry.
whatever. Eh?
Sorry, let me give Z. You will come in after Z.
Okay.
Yeah. Z, what do you think about where we are? We've been engaging on this topic for over three days or so. We have to close it down. I don't like to stay on a topic for the longest of time. So what are your observations? What do you see and what are your thoughts right now? Talk to us.
Okay, well, greetings to everybody in the panel. Look, and of course those who are in the comments as well. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me, Rasta?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so what I want to say on the topic, first and foremost, the topic was very informative, particularly that we got to learn a lot about Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe tribes, the differences that exist in Zimbabwe, and of course the position that both Ralph and Blue Jeans and General and few others advocate for. I think we could agree that how they resolve their problem in Zimbabwe is not really our problem as South Africans. All what we are asking for as South Africans is that anyone who is here illegally should go. I have always, in fact, I think I did make mention of this, that I have a problem with people who think that they can go back to history and rewrite it. We are living in the now. Some people, particularly the Pan-Africanists, will tell you that the borders were brought by Europeans. Yeah, right now we have the borders. During the time of Shaka, you name all our kings, we did not have penicillin. Now we have penicillin, we are using it. Right now we are talking on these phones, and we did not make these phones. You know, these debates of things that are Eurocentric are very selective in my understanding and seeing. Now, when we look at history, I think it was Blue Jean who actually made it very clear. We can identify who's Mzilikazi and go through his lineage. We have to come to the now. Right now, we are faced with a problem of individuals who have left Zimbabwe. And it's clear that the majority of these individuals are unlearned based on the type of jobs they come to South Africa and take. That's where I take the problem. I received the problem at that point of them crossing our border at the back of crocodiles and everything else. And I completely refused to involve myself in Zimbabwean politics. And I would ask the same. And I think that whilst I had a disagreement with Blue Jean on a number of things on the comments, but I think that's his posture. And I think that is Ralph's posture. There we can agree to say our problems are our problems and we are going to solve them in a manner that is, of course, following our law. And as South African, we know how to force our politicians to observe the law, including the ruling party, when they choose to selectively enforce the law. So we assist them, we put pressure. There are various means and ways in which we do this, such as what you see with Dudula. That's just one of the ways to bring our politicians, without necessarily hurting any individual physically, leave the propaganda that you now see in the media, because it is clear that the media, first and foremost, is funded to a certain degree by Soros's foundation. Therefore, that is the open society. Therefore, they are pro the influx of immigrants in different countries. And we, as the people, need to be alive to such reality. So what do we do now? Well, it's pretty simple, really.
we need to pressurize our government and continue and double down on that pressure until all illegal immigrants, because it's not only Zimbabwe, it's just that they just happen to be majority, all illegal immigrants disappear. Concerning your topic, whether Mzilikazi is opening borders for South Africa, the answer to that is a definite no. There is no sustainable argument that could be made to suggest that whether the group, whatever name they call themselves, Mtwakazi or otherwise, whether they are Mzilikazi's descendants or not, is immaterial. This happened in the 1800s. At that particular moment, no solid borders save for kingdoms and conquering. We don't do that anymore. You don't go into people's domain and use military power and take over. That's basically what was happening at that time. You get the point? Now, today we are much more civilized in our understanding of what good governance and morality and ethics is all about. And we know that might is not always right. Therefore, that being the case, we have to respect the demarcations with which we have currently, and then say, how do we then enforce the law? Because the issue here, some Zimbabweans have made this statement, and we have lambasted them, but they were correct that to a certain degree. It's such that it's irritating when a person is going to break your law, be in your country, and then point fingers to your government. But I can point fingers to our government. They have made this point that the real issue here is your government that is failing. This is our government that is failing to enforce the law. Right? Because if you look at this is criminality. And this criminality is encouraged by EFF, by ANC, by the DA. And people need to be fully aware, therefore, when they make their decisions in terms of the upcoming elections next year in 2026 and the 2029 elections. For me, that's what I am here for. I'm not here to discuss the nitty-gritties of how Zimbabwe can resolve its problems, because I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in resolving my own problems as a South African patriot. That's it. Thank you very much, Rasta.
No problem. Family, we are at the end, almost at the end of this conversation about Zimbabweans, because I see they are also crying on the comments. So I'll hear more people, but I hope this is the last day where I'm addressing this issue. I have to look for other issues to address. I think we have assisted Zimbabweans where we can. Where we couldn't, we couldn't. We tried, I tried, we exposed a lot, we spoke about a lot. Now it is on their hands. So let me give it to Luetu. Luetu, you can come in.
I'm not gonna take much of your time, Rasta. I think Uzet has said it all. To be honest, we enter nowhere to the business and the politics of Zimbabweans. Only thing that we need to do is to chase them away and make sure that they are fighting for whatever that they need to fight for in Zimbabwe and coexist with one another there. What is happening there, we do not give a damn. We don't care, to be honest. Yeah, that's all. We don't care. They can just go and fight for what is rightful for them in Zimbabwe. If what and who belong to where, we know where do they belong. They are Zimbabweans. They could never be South Africans, and they would never be one. They're gonna see by the beginning of next year, when their kids are not attending in our public school, when their kids are not, they are rejected by South Africa. So they would need to go and take their kids there and fight with Ralph and make sure that they're fighting their piece of whatever that they need to. If they are minorities, they should be there, coexist with the majority. We don't care what is happening. We are not affected. We cannot be subjected to Zimbabwean history. They must deal with their own things. They mustn't involve us, to be honest. Yeah, thank you, Rasta, for the opportunity. Thank you so much. You can drop me.
All right. Headman, do you want to say something?
Rasta, I hope my network is holding because it's been shaking. The whole morning it's been shaking. When Ralph started his his rant here, hey Ralph, but
And
you know what, Mr.
and
Rasta?
Hetman, we didn't know Ralph, but right now we know Ralph. We hope he will be on a journey with us when we are fighting Nigerians again. I hope you will be with us on the journey when we are fighting Israel. I hope you will be on the journey with us when we are fighting Somalians. I hope you will be on a journey with us when we are building families. But we shall see. So, Headman, go for it.
Thank you, Mr. Rasta, thank you. Yeah, no, look, Mr. Hosea, as I said yesterday, and I was dealing with Ralph and his countrymen, Abo Blue Jeans and all these people. The biggest thing I've picked up in this, in that country called Zimbabwe, because for a non-Zimbabwe person, you would think there are just two tribes, Shona and Ndebele. Klar, it's those two tribes. They are the two problems. But when you actually get to sit down, and I was engaging the different groups that were joining me, from General, who else was here? There was a couple of other Zimbabwean gentlemen. And most of them said, Archie was one of them, who said, wait man, Headman, you see, the problem you guys think is just the Ndebele and Shona. No, we are other groups here too. We are also not being heard. Archie was busy telling of how in his village, till today, at least he said Harare and Bulawayo are developed. In the area where he comes from, kids are still going to school in donkey carts because there are no proper road infrastructure. People are swimming over the rivers. It's the things he was busy saying. But the sad reality is these things will not come out and be put out there. And like Farmers said, then I asked Lily, because Lily is here today again. I see her, she's here. I asked Lily, do you guys recognize the other tribes? She said yes. She said yes. I don't know if they do. She just said yes. But then one of her fellow Zimbabweans asked her, do you speak any of the other tribes beside your mother tongue? Then Lily said, yeah, she speaks Kalanga, which I don't know if it's true, but that's what she said. So the guy sat down, Archie said, you see, Edmund, the problems are we are all being lumped into one thing, and we don't all agree in this thing. We don't all agree to be lumped as Shonas, we don't all agree to be lumped as Ndeveles, because we are our own people, we have our own chiefs, we have our own kings, we have our own story to tell. But unfortunately, because we are being put in one group, you will all think we're one thing. We had, what was the lady? Maseli came up and said, yeah, it's unfair. Because if, for example, a Shona in Harare steals money, then people who classify themselves as Shonas also get offended. They get told, yeah, no, all of you people, you Shonas are criminals, even people that are not Shonas. Because you had the gentleman, General here, who was telling us yesterday that he lives in Bulawayo and he's always been told he must go home. And he asked, but he's been living in that place for the last, I think, what he said, 15 plus years or so, that he's existed in that place. So those are the issues of Zimbabwe. I think the people of Zimbabwe, Blue Jeans, who's here also, I think these colleagues don't want to find each other. They're not finding each other. They rather fight each other. And the unfortunate part is they're othering each other. I can agree with them to say, don't classify everybody as one thing. Because we look in other countries. Every country has more than, 11? They're saying they have 16 tribes. Recognize all the 16 tribes and let people live in their own little corners and practice their cultures as they believe, but as a collective of a country. Because all the other countries have shown we have different groups, we have allowed them to practice, exist in how they want to, and not subjugated them to one thing. So the problem we have here, Mr. Osea, number one, it's you would hear people like Lily, because like I said, I was here till 10 o'clock with them. People like Lily will tell you they've started a new movement called Mutwagazi. I asked Lily, why not just go back and revive ZAPU? Because ZAPU was the party of Joshua Nkomo. Please just mute yourself. It's my opportunity to speak. Let's respect each other. I said it was the party of Joshua Nkomo. Why not just go? Mr. Rasta.
All right. Are you done, Hetman?
I'm not even done. I'm still talking, and then the individual opens up.
Oh, sharp. You are still talking. Sharp.
You know what? Yeah. What I was talking about, Mr. Zay, was these people go and asked Lily, why don't you just go open up? I mean, revive ZAPU, which is the party of Joshua Nkomo, bring it back to its former glory. Lily had told me, and I think the people that were here, she was telling us.
Hetman, why do you people keep bringing Ralph? I Ralph.
I didn't bring him up.
I know it might not be you, but why are you people keep bringing Ralph? Can't we hear other people?
I probably the people love him. I don't know who brought him up because I was talking.
I've heard this guy for the longest of time. I think we need to hear other people, but it's fine. Continue it, man.
I don't know who dropped him. I don't know. Maybe it's some people that probably requested. I don't know. But as I was saying, so that's what I asked them. They said no, they want to create Mutwagazi, or they have a party called Mutwagazi already. They want to create their own country. They don't want to assign to anything that has to do with Zimbabwe because it's Shonarized. So those were the issues that were going on here yesterday. I did try my hardest, honestly, to try and get them to reach a point where they understand each other. But at this junction, they seem not to understand each other. And also when I was listening to some of the people of the Mutwagazi movement, when we asked them, they were saying that, for example, Muzilikazi was a warrior, but he never unalived people. And I asked them, but how is that possible? This guy grew up in a warrior tribe. So how is it that you're telling me he never fought people, he never unalived people? Is that even factual? They were fighting to say that he never did that. But then I asked them, but you guys clearly accept that the guy, the king there in KwaZulu-Natal, who became Shaka Zulu, you guys accept that he was unaliving people. But why is it for Muzilikazi you say he wasn't? So it seems like there's a lot of propaganda going on both sides. There's a lot of pain. One person said there is no Truth and Reconciliation Commission that was set up for Zimbabwe, where there's issues of Kukraundi and all the other wrongs that are being spoken about. So that's where the fight was. We went till 10 o'clock. We got tired. We went to bed. So I can park it there, Mr. Osea. Thanks.
Yeah, Hetman, I hear you, bro. It's only that I want to close this conversation. I don't want to keep rounding. I've done a lot on this conversation. I have to close it, gents. I have to close it. I see Ralph dropped on his own, and I'm thankful for that. I have to close it. Hetman, what are your conclusions? What do you see? Do you think we were fair on Zimbabweans? Do you think we listened to them? Do you think we divided them? Do you think we helped them? Do you think we contributed? Do you think they needed us? Do you think this was necessary? I know other platforms will run with this, but for myself, I can only run with it if something new comes in. But I think I've given it my time and my best. Hetman, what do you think? Did we contribute? Was it necessary that we talk about this? Did we help, or we further divided them?
No, we didn't divide.
Just get rid of the Shonas.
You see, already they start. Here's another Mtwagazi coming to say get rid of the Shonas. You see, it's that mentality. Mr. Osea, we didn't divide these people. These people have been divided for a while. What you did, one can applaud you and say it was commendable, because we got an understanding of the Zimbabwean problem. For the longest of times, we have just thought it's sanctions, and it's just sanctions and in a government that is being unfair to the people. Till we had this conversation, I think people have gotten a better understanding. Like I said, I myself have learned about other tribes. I didn't know there were other tribes in Zimbabwe. I honestly just thought it's Shona and Ndebele. Till I learned about all these other different groups with unique names to themselves and languages that are unique to themselves. Like I said this morning, I got to hear about Korokoros. I thought they were saying Kwere Kwere the whole time, but I'm busy saying Korokoro tribe. I'm like, what is that? Till they explained that it's a tribe on its own. So the Zimbabwean situation, Mr. Rasta, for us from outside, we will think, nah, they are just lazy, what. But when you really take time and then like what you try to do, you really take time and get to learn. It's deep, and these people are already divided. Because like Farmer's daughter said, when you meet Zimbabweans in my country, Namibia, for example, and he's a Shona, he will tell you, brother, you see, the Ndeveles are wrong. Those ones are criminals, this, that, and the other. And you meet a Shona, he will say the same bad thing about the Ndevele. The Ndevele will say the same bad thing about the Shona. you would not hear them actually say something positive about each other. So I really think, I think General was the gentleman who said it yesterday, that if these guys, Rasta, did you bring up your favorite person? But I think like what General said it.
All right. I think we are playing right now. So maybe I drop Ralph. Ralph drops. Please stop bringing him. Okay, no problem. Headman, continue. I will see what you continue.
Okay, Mr. Rosa. Look, but as I was saying, I think General was the person who spoke and said, guys, if you want us to fix Zimbabwe, let's work together to remove ZANU. But no, Mr. Hosea, they don't trust each other. I asked Lily yesterday, Lily, would you support a person of Shona descent who's running to remove ZANU? She said no. So it's really bad with them. I don't know what will happen. We really hope, we wish the best for them, that eventually, because we would not want to have Israel and Palestine situation right next door to us, because it's problematic. And I did ask them, as my time is running out, I did ask them that, okay, you separate the country. What if Botswana says, you know what, this part is close to us. South Africa says this part is close to us. Mozambique comes in and said, we'll claim this part. What happens then? What will protect you from being annexed by other countries? So, hey, Mr. Rasta, there's a lot of issues going on in that country. But in closing, Mr. Rasta, the Ndeveles or the Mutwagazians themselves, they are not pure blood. Some of them are mixed. Soni himself was here yesterday, said it, that he is actually Swati. But he subscribes to Ndebele customs. So I'll park it there. That's how diverse this issue is. I'll park it. So thank you.
All right, let me give it to Mam Charlie and Tricia. Tricia, welcome to the platform. Mam Charlie, I'll give you just now. Tricia, welcome to the platform. So Tricia, we've been speaking about Zimbabweans for some time. You ask who is Mziligas. I tried to explain to you, we've been trying to assist Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a neighbor to South Africa. So they are a bit divided. So we've been trying to talk about it. But Tricia, right now I think I am trying to conclude this topic. Unless if there is other developments, I think I've given this topic enough time. We have to deal with other issues. Tricia, and also thank you for your support. We appreciate you for working with us until here. We appreciate you, Tricia, and everyone else. We met a lot of people from Zimbabwe that we didn't know, and we learned a lot about Zimbabwe. So today I hope I will let this topic go and think of something else or look for other issues to talk about. Zimbabweans, I appreciate knowing you. Puff World. Okay, let me give Mam Charlie so that I can give Puff World. Sharp. Mam Charlie, what can we say?
Thank you very much, Rasta. I'm just going to submit now and then draw. I'd like to start by saying thank you for creating this, this platform for us to actually discuss and find probably an understanding between, the two countries. In this platform, you can only offer a safe space for them to talk, but solutions, they will come from them. Unfortunately, you will not be able to supply or give them solutions on how to resolve the problems of their country. Zimbabwe is a sovereign country, so they're not their problem. They're not a province of South Africa. Their problems got nothing to do with us, but the problems that are affecting me as Umamjali in South Africa are Zimbabweans in South Africa, not Zimbabweans only, by the way. I'm just saying this because there's a flag of Zimbabwe. It's all the illegal immigrants in South Africa. That is my problem right now. And it's up to me as a South African to see how I resolve a problem of South Africa, because it affects me in South Africa. I'm not referring to Zimbabweans. I'm not referring to Nigerians in Nigeria, only those in South Africa that are affecting me. And then the mere fact that the Zimbabweans let me just say illegal immigrants in South Africa, if you speak to them, and even with these videos that you always see, they speak very badly of South Africa. They always say, it's a horrible country, it's not safe, they want to analyze us. Then you ask yourself, you left your country because you said you're not safe, where you were born, where your ancestors are, and then you ran away because you were not feeling safe. Now you are in my country. You stating that you're not safe. You stating that people want to analyze you, but you're not leaving. Make it make sense. You were able to run away there, but it's your country. But here you're not safe. You are saying you're not safe, but you're not running. We're even telling you go, you don't want to go. So make it make sense. These people are very happy here. I don't think they feel unsafe. All these videos that are posting, it's a lie, because if it was the case, they will run away again and go somewhere else, or even go back to their countries. All in all, Rasta, thank you very much. I'm not always long on the panel. I don't know. I can't be long in the panel, but I thank you very much for the opportunity just to give me time to just put in my 2 cents. I'm not very bright. I'm not clever, but a little thing that I can contribute, I do. Thank you very much, and I will speak to you some other time. Thanks.
Mam Charlie, thank you for honoring this platform with your presence. You don't speak much, but I've seen that on this platform you became comfortable. You are family. You are family, and thank you for your continued support and love. I appreciate you so much, and for your protection. Thank you so much. All right, Puff World, how are you?
Hayi kahle ntoni kunjani?
Oh, it's all right. Are you sure now on the bed?
I am none of those. None of those.
Oh, all right. Where are you from?
Yeah, the thing is, listen, my mom is Xhosa and she's a Xhosa from Zim. Then me, I'm Swati.
She's a what? She's a what?
She's a Xhosa from Zim, Tabezendun. She's from a place called Tabezendun.
She's a Xhosa from Zim.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, when you go around, let's say Joburg, main, prostitutes of South Africa, most of them are from Zim, Shona people. When you go to the streets, people selling veggies or whatever, it's Shona people. My question is, why would you go to another country and destroy it instead of respecting the rules? Why are you making someone else's country very dirty? Why? Why can't you respect someone else's country? Why? That's my question for those people. At the same time, I believe the solution for Zim, they should just separate the country once, because they'll never be united again. They'll never be united. They should just separate once. Ntwagazi and Zim. Simple. Who's asking?
Yeah, I hear you. Where are those prostitutes?
In fact, like, good man, growing up, obvious, most maybe go to prostitute areas. Most 90% of them is Zim people. I'm sure 90%.
Where are those prostitutes?
Everywhere around the country. I can use example Kempton Park.
So
Go
is
to
it
Kempton
Shona
Park.
people in Kempton Park? A prostitute in Kempton Park, Shona people.
90%.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I analyze things. I know all these things.
How do you analyze?
That's a story for another day. But what I'm telling you is 90% of prostitutes in South Africa are prostitutes. And yeah, 90% you, bro. But you can't leave another country and go become a prostitute in another country. And when it comes to once again, then this thing of foreigners being in the country illegal, I don't blame them. I blame the government. To be honest. I blame the people.
Mara, I am not getting my answers. How do you know Shonas are the ones that are doing prostitution majority?
Because
You are saying no.
I've been to the areas. I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from experience.
Which areas?
Okay, Kempton Park, Jimmystein, Hillbrow. Which
So
other?
you've been to the slaughterhouse.
No. Hayi kanjalo.
But you say you've been.
I have been to
So
the places, but it doesn't mean it I've been there until buying everything. But I'm just saying
I'm not saying you bought. I'm saying did you go to the slaughterhouse and go and check?
yeah. Even the people around the area will tell you, what see, majority of the people, I'm sure, prostitutes. Most of them.
Daughter, look at your
I,
profile picture.
I,
Look at your
I,
profile picture. You are a charmer boy. You are a handsome man, Mara. Hayi. Okuphuma emlonyeni. Hayi, what I'm hearing coming out of your mouth. Hayi.
Mara goed man, as the thing ring ivar.
No, Mina, I don't know. I can't talk about a show business. I don't know a show business. I can't talk about it. So it's fine. Let me give you maybe.
Yeah, maar één ding is zo goed man, nee. I don't know if there's someone who's probably shown a like, Raf, you must answer my question. Why would you go in someone's country and do such things? Prostitution, crime. Most of the crimes Zimbabweans are always involved.
Exactly. Let me answer you, Rasta. Now I understand. Like, you know, whenever Headman was doing this panel thing yesterday, it was actually constructive. And now I'm there to prevent my people and not for them to be undermined. I'm now a problem. I deserve to be dropped. When there are allegations from people like Puffold making allegations like this, and now you want to drop me just because I said it. I'm voicing my voice side. I feel like you are not fair because whenever it's a Zimbabwean issue, I'm the one with the current right motives to defend my
When I
people.
answer my question,
And now I deserve to be dropped.
Ralph
Fine.
and Pam.
Let me answer your question.
Ralph
It's okay. It's fine.
Ralph,
It's fine.
Ralph,
Go for it.
Ralph. You do not play victim on Rasta's platform. That's number one. So if you feel I'm not fair on you, I don't know. But I've taken you here, given you more time. No one knew you. So, and also you guys come up before others speak. Please wait. Lily, what do you have to say?
Good day, everyone. I just wanted to say what Puffy has just said is 100% correct and 100% true. They may try to defend themselves, but what we know is prostitution is done by the Shonas everywhere in the world, even here in Bulawa. If you go to Wevali and Mana, they are selling their bodies there. He's not lying, it's true. We are even crying about this thing here in Bulawa, that what is happening here in Bulawa with these people. Why are they using their body as the source of income? Don't they want to work or what? Even someone in Zambia told me that they're even doing that job, the girls from that side. So what he just said is 100% true, 100% true. Maybe it's in their spirit, because even their grandmother, Mbianehanda, was hanged because of this prostitution thing. So we are not saying abayeke lento yabo, kodwa ke into vele abayenzayo nathi sinje siyibhekile siyayibona ukuthi laba bantu vele impilo yabo baphila ngokudayisa umzimba, most of them. So to us kubuhlungu ukubona umuntu wesifazana ephila leyo mpilo. But what I can say another is, allow us to voice up, comrades, allow us to voice up. Every voice matters. Our struggle belongs to us, so allow us to voice up. Don't call us tribalists, or you leave or you remove ZanuPF, stop being tribal. We are not tribalists. Everyone is allowed to express him or herself. Thank you so much.
I understand, but look, I hear you, but I can only take so much. And sometimes I get overwhelmed because I cannot keep bringing division among you. Shona and Ndebele, I've heard you people. So right now, I've spoken to you for over 3-4 days. So Lily, what do you think is the solution from here on?
Before Lily speaks, Goodman, may I ask you something? Something just came on my mind. So according to my mom, Lee left Zim at 1982. 1982. So the reason why they left Zim in 1982 is because of the killing. And it was that thing, okay, the Shona people wanted to get rid of any all other tribes, and they only wanted Amashona to run the country.
All right.
So now my question is for Rafa, since they managed to get, can I continue?
All right.
My question is for Rafa, they managed to get rid of let's say my people, because most of my people are either in South Africa or overseas. They managed to get rid of my people. Since they got rid of my people since 1980, what have they done to the country that you can see, okay, the country has developed, the economy has become better? What have they done since 1980 until now? I haven't been to Zim since the age of 7, but when I was there at the age of 7, you could see most of these buildings are old, they're not developed. When you go to the streets, you can see it's like they're living in the 1980s or something. So what is the Zim government doing right now as Shona people? What are they doing? Nothing. All they're doing is just destroying. They destroyed Zim, and after they destroyed Zim, they decided to know what? Let's go next door. Let's go to South Africa and destroy what? Hebrew, destroy other places, Kempton Park, but Kempton Park, Baning. Everywhere you go, Mascara say one ban. Hey, I'm done.
Ralph, you can respond.
Okay, first of all, you know, when people started criticizing, like, Rasta, you might argue this, but most of the questions are directed to me. And I'm the one who is supposed to answer these questions. Because these questions are directed to the government direct. And I'm the one who understands the constitution directly because I read it every day. And I am allowed to defend it because that's what I do. So when you let someone who doesn't know what it really means to answer it, obviously you're going to get a false answer. And you cannot credit that as an answer because it's a false answer. You know?
All right.
So if you ask Lily, if
Number one, Ralph, you're not the only Shona here. So if I choose to give any other person,
Yeah, just cheese. Cheese, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
if I choose to give any other person who's Shona as well, I expect to hear the same answer. You are not the only Shona, so these questions, they are not only directed to you. So understand that as well. You can respond.
but Pafu made this question for you. You said it and you gave Lily the chance. But you said Ralph. Obviously, Lily is going to give a biased statement just because she understands Mtwakazi's policies. And not every Zimbabwean agrees with that. Even people in the comment section, they do agree with that.
Ralph, what do you think
I don't
if the country is separate?
Ralph, I told you, I will give to whoever I want to answer the question. And also, if I want you to answer, I will let you know if I want you to answer. I will keep saying that to you. If I want you to answer, I will tell you to answer. If I want somebody else to answer the question, I will do so. I run the panel. So now you can answer.
Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Let me just answer you, Paffold. I said this when I came to the panel. I always stand for this. That's why you have seen that I always get South African validation. I said Zimbabweans that are in South Africa causing crime, they deserve to be arrested. I said this. Those that you see that are, I don't know, because there are so many countries that are now legalizing prostitution. But if there is illegal prostitution done by Zimbabweans out there, or even legal prostitution that is done by Zimbabweans out there, I'm telling you this for someone who understands the laws, someone who respects the laws of every country, and someone who cannot stand another Zimbabwean humiliating Zimbabwean flag. If those guys are practicing prostitution in your country, arrest them. They are criminals. They are spreading STIs, HIV, and AIDS. Send them back home. I told you this. Those that are practicing illegal activities, not just prostitution alone, they deserve to be sent back, because that's what not a Zimbabwean is all about. A Zimbabwean is there for Zimbabwean integrity and value, not to promote things like prostitution. That's a humiliation. And people like Lily, you cannot say someone who fought for the country was a prostitution, yet you claim that ZAPU also fought the white regime. I cannot take that. That's actually an insult. Cyberbullying is an act in Zimbabwe. You should know that. I'm sure Mtwakazi should have learned you or schooled you enough to understand that. Because now you're attacking every Zimbabwean. Didn't ZAPU and Zanla join into one party to fight the white? And now you are saying that she is a prostitution. That means you have the wrong motives.
Raf, you're speaking out of anger now. May I ask you a question? Yeah, well.
Allow him to finish. Raf, are you willing to take a question? Should he ask a question?
Yes, I'm willing to take a question.
All right.
Okay.
Raf, you can.
Don't you think it will be better and peaceful if the country separates? You take your Mashona land, we take our land. Mtwakazi, you keep your Zimbabwe, we keep our land. Don't you think that would be peace? It will bring peace amongst all of us.
Right. Regarding that issue, we cannot give Zimbabwean land to a minority. If they want that, then it has to be legalized through what? A vote by the people. We can hold an election because we believe in the rule of law. People cannot just say words, because sometimes I feel like history is distorted, because Muslikas, no one, a person came here and asked, like, were you there when we cannot keep talking about Muslikas say this and this and this and this, when we all know that the history book was actually written by a white man to cause division like this, and yet people like Twakazi.
All right.
And people like
Gents, let us not interject each other. And Puff, please mute. You ask a question, let Ralph respond. Please mute. Ralph, respond.
Exactly. Now I'm saying, and how can you say that? You know what, Puffwall? Let me just answer you this. Do you know that Mtwakazi people is a very small political movement that is spreading a very false political conspiracy there to cause division among Zimbabweans? We Shonas know about the Gugura Windis. The Ndebeles know about the Gugura Windis too. But we are actually resolving our differences. And a party like Mtwakazi now wants to separate. Don't you feel like it's now extremist? Because we can keep fighting because they cannot take our land without engaging in military warfare. If it means Amari weapons are going to do that, and we cannot accept that. We cannot have Zimbabwean land separated. We cannot have that as Zimbabweans. I'm not saying this because I'm a ZanuPF supporter. I'm saying this as a Zimbabwean. And I'm saying this as another Ndebele representative who actually doesn't believe in Mtwakazi policies and false conspiracies. Where is that written that Mtwakazi should come and take their land and separate it? It's just a conspiracy. And we don't base that on conspiracy. And now look, you are in South Africa. You are now starting to believe that Mtwakazi should separate Zimbabwe. You see, just because you're now buying into Lily's lies. You understand? It starts as an idea until it becomes an action. And to us, we consider it as the highest degree of criminality. Actually, we can equate it to treason. We cannot entertain that. And I'm going to let people,
Raf, do you know your history, bro?
Yes, I know it very much, but you know what? I'm a person who doesn't dwell in the past. I believe in the future. That's
Okay,
why I'm an engineer.
how did your people get to Zimvel?
Okay, regarding about which tribe came first to Zim or who landed first in
No,
Zim.
how did your people get to Zim? Where did they come from?
Exactly.
And why did they go to Zim?
Exactly. Now my point is, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in a Zimbabwe that is built on togetherness. I'm not interested in that because the moment I start explaining the differences, it's going to give people like Lily validation to cause divisions. That's why I'm not going to answer that question. You understand? Because I'm here to promote togetherness.
Okay, Raf, listen, I know your history better than you.
Exactly, and I don't care because I'm willing to go
you
to
don't
the future.
care. You don't care. It's not my fault. What I'm saying is, Raf, listen. Here in SA, you guys have a bad reputation, my boy. You're still, cool. You're still a lot. Like, everywhere you go, you steal. Everywhere you go, you steal. You just destroy. They're mosh. Like, even with your history, the reason why your people go to Zim, they were sent out from countries like Peru and Tanzania to exile because you all were stealing and you were having too much witchcraft. You guys didn't have a leader, didn't have a king. Your leader was a sangom. Do you see that as a normal thing, having a leader as a sangom? It's okay to have a leader as a sangom.
Okay,
it's fine. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay. Gents. Let me hear a Massive. Massive, how are you? Massive? Massive? Yamkela, how are you? Oh, you are muted, Massive. Yeah, Massive.
Right. How are you? Right. Sorry, you muted me. I couldn't unmute myself. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. I just want to comment on the Mtwakazi issue situation to my brother Ralph. No, Pathworld, sorry. You know, it's okay to dream. You're allowed to dream, especially if you're in a slumber. This Mtwakazi, let me tell you, my brother, this will never, ever happen. Nobody will ever allow that to happen. Neither will South Africa. Okay, like that. There's no that Shona. Even if the Shonas were saying that they want to separate, the Shonas, they want to separate from the Ndebele, that will never happen. We will never allow that to happen. Zimbabwe is small enough as it is. Divided to who? For what? It's a dream that you guys need to wake up from. It's sad that the little conspiracy theories that, you know, a certain group of people, you know, will actually sell to each other, they think that will actually see the daylight. And I'm surprised the people even think that, okay, why would you now want to go to South Africa? You want to go to other people's country and make this so noise about Mtwakazi. Why don't you come to Zimbabwe and make noise about that then? No wonder why South Africa don't want you guys. No wonder why South Africa are fed up of Zimbabweans. Now I can see it. Because you're going to other people's nation where you're supposed to go there and behave and keep quiet and be the best foreigners you can. No, you go there, you make problems, and when you all full of South African food, you want to start dreaming about Mtwakazi. You know what? I'll be honest with you, Rasta. It's funny how when you go to Zimbabwe, you don't even hear about this Mtwakazi. But when you go to England, when you go to Australia, when you go to South Africa, you hear about this Mtwakazi. Oh, we're gaining ground. You're not gaining ground nowhere. We're waiting for you in Zimbabwe. Why don't you come over and talk about the Mtwakazi and start doing about the Mtwakazi? You make noise in South Africa. There. No wonder why South Africans are fed up. And you know what? I'll tell you one thing. We are also fed up of it. Because we don't even hear about it in Zimbabwe. Come to Zimbabwe. If you really want this Mtwakazi, come to Zimbabwe. There's no point of you making noise in South Africa about this in a foreign land. I've heard someone in a different panel saying South Africa should be helped. No, South Africa don't owe nobody no help. South Africa don't owe no Zimbabwe nothing. Nothing at all. As for the prostitution, you know what? It's sad. If I was South African, you know what? It's funny because Zimbabwe did the same with the Mozambicans back in the mid-90s or something like that. When they started deporting Mozambicans because there were too many Mozambicans. Mozambicans were not even committing crimes. They were taking low-paid jobs in the farms. Yes, let's be honest here. We have flooded South Africa. It's too much. It's too much. Now you want to go to South Africa, you want to go bond this supposed to be, I don't know if I'm allowed to use this word, what I would actually call a terrorist group. Bring it on. Bring it to Zimbabwe if you want. No need to make noise in South Africa. Leave South Africans alone. They don't need to hear this. Come to Zimbabwe. After all, it's the land that you're claiming, right? You want to split Zimbabwe and say, we can have our little Umtwakas. No, no problem. Come to Zimbabwe. Let's see what will happen. It's a little dream that you need to wake up from. It's a little dream that in your head. You can say all you want, do all you want while you are in South Africa. Now South Africans have had enough of it from the sound of it. Come to Zimbabwe, no problem. You see what's going to happen. We were never going to divide Zimbabwe. Whether for minority, whether for majority, whether for the Shonas, whether for the Ndebeles, whether for the Kalangas, we are never going to divide Zimbabwe. We will never let that happen. It's a dream. Wake up from it. And like you're right, over there, abroad.
Allow the speaker to finish speaking.
So
massive
it's sad. It's sad. Instead of you've been housed in South Africa, there's no war in Zimbabwe. You've been housed in South Africa. You know, it's sad when I hear my brother Puffworld saying that, you know, now he's talking like he's not Zimbabwean. Because now you've gone to South Africa or you were born in South Africa, you now think that you're not Zimbabwean. You're now referring Zimbabweans as they are the second citizens or they are more inferior than to you. That's sad. Identity crisis looming over there. Wake up. You are Zimbabweans. Whether you're Ndebele, whether you're Shona, you are Zimbabwe. We have a problem in our land. We have a problem in our home that we need to fix together. Mtwakazi will never happen. No one will allow that. The moment that Mtwakazi just decide they're gonna get up a little bit, just get up a little, just a little shoot. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. We'll deal with it. Don't worry. We will deal with it. Any little sight of it. Come to Zimbabwe and talk about it. Stop making noise abroad. Come home. Let's sort it. Come home. Let's talk about it. Let's see what will happen there. It's not a threat. It's a promise.
Oh, sharp. Yamkela, what do you think about what the people are talking about?